Hello, and welcome to the Whole Podcast, your journey through the underworld of our simulation. Here, we explore topics of mystery, the metaphysical, spiritual, conspiratorial, and more. And we take a look at all things through the eyes of numerology and energy. My name is Rothy, and I'm your expert numerologist and empath, and I'm honored to be your guide through the whole. But before we begin, there's a few things you should know. Don't be afraid. This will not be like any other podcast you've ever seen. Please discard any preconceived notions of how this should look or feel. This podcast is not purposed for entertainment or likes or sponsors, but for the collective understanding, for growth and healing. Many of the topics we will discuss will be controversial in nature. We're going to discuss them anyway. Many of the guests featured have experienced tremendous suffering and loss in their lives, and all of them show incredible strength and bravery by allowing the world to see some of their most sensitive and sacred parts, all for the purpose of helping others and themselves. This is not an easy feat for most people, and regardless of one's personal beliefs on any topic, respect, love, and support will be the minimum standard for all interactions and engagements online or otherwise. Mockery, bullying, judgment, toxicity, or negativity of any kind will result in immediate removal. In other words, I know this isn't for everyone, and if it's not for you, exit the video and enjoy your day. Bring some Kleenex. As an empath, a part of my gift and how I channel is empathy. By feeling what my guests and clients are feeling. More times than not, this means I experience their pain. This is energy I simply use to understand and transpose the messaging that needs to be spoken. I cannot hold on to it. I interpret that messaging through emotions, which many times expresses and processes through tears. I, more than most, hate crying. It hurts. It ruins my makeup. My eyes swell, and it's giving me wrinkles. Not to mention, who doesn't feel embarrassment when they cry? But it's one of the most powerful tools God gave me to understand my gifts and process these emotions to then translate the intended messages for my guests. I always do my best to hold it together, and I apologize in advance for the times when some of those tears escape. Please note, each one is transformed through this process into an ethereal tincture, if you will, that somehow seems to help my guests and clients in their healing journeys. My silver lining hope with this is that the natural process of expressing and transmuting emotional pain through crying will be less stigmatized and more normalized. There is such shame surrounding this, and that is something that I believe should change for all. Please pardon our dust and be patient with the technical aspects at this time. I decided months ago that I would start this podcast and have been working as I can towards that goal. As with many people, I can be so self-critical with everything looking and sounding perfect, but I decided that this should be organic and created from the ground up. The conversation is what's important, the lessons, not how amazing the video quality or audio quality are at this point. This doesn't mean I'm not working to improve and raise the technical quality of the production. It simply means, please bear with me and pardon the dust in the interim. I felt it was important to get this started, and what better way to do that organically and authentically than from the ground up. Lastly, engage with us. I understand much of this can be confusing at first. That's okay. I promise you, anyone can learn the basics fairly quickly, and then it's all a breeze from there. Please feel free to comment with thoughts or questions, as well as suggestions for anyone you may like to see featured in a full chart or compatibility numerology reading. With that said, I'm honored to present to you the very first episode of The Whole Podcast.